When Millie Bobby Brown tweeted this image of the Stranger Things cast sitting down for a script reading, it confirmed what everyone already pretty much knew, that our favorite telepathic assassin, 11, will be returning for season 2. It was a truly emotional scene, and I'll admit I cried when Elle vaporized along with the Demogorgon, but no one really thought that they'd killed off her character. They're adding a lot more new characters to the main ensemble, so that doesn't leave a whole lot of screen time for 11, but we know that we'll get to see her in some capacity, whether that be in flashbacks from the other characters or some other way. Remember when Hopper leaves those Eggos in a crate in the woods? In a recent interview with Mirror, David Harbour said that he is indeed leaving those ovals for 11. I mean, who else would they be for? He, Hopper, may understand that 11 exists in some form, he said. And so he's got this box down in the woods where he gives her food. This whole some form talk makes me wonder if 11 is in the upside down and can eat those Eggos because there is some interaction between that dark parallel dimension and our own reality. If there's someone who could distort the connections between the two, it's Elle. There's speculation that in addition to all her other special abilities, she can teleport too. This would mean when she severely weakened the monster and the both of them left, she teleported them to the upside down, where she is now keeping the monster at bay, but teleporting between the two realities, allowing her to pick up those Eggos at precise times and locations. But that can only mean that she's communicating with Hopper. It seems that he's the only one who can really answer to where she is and what she is doing. What's probably the most popular Stranger Things fan theory surrounding Elle, or Jane, is that she is the monster. After all, she did say that, and most people interpret this as like the Demogorgon. She and the monster are two heads of the same beast, sharing the same kinds of powers in a way. That's how she recognizes Will in the picture. She's seen him because her other half has and is holding him in the upside down. But if they really were the same person, or different aspects of the same person, wouldn't that mean that if one is hurt, the other would feel it? I think there is a connection between the two, but it's not like that. It's said that they are drawn to each other, possibly because of their interdimensional communication and travel powers that they share. When Elle first encountered the Demogorgon in the in-between and touched it, she opened up a gate between their two realities. You could think of the relationship like a polar covalent bond between two molecules. They're from different dimensions, so one is positive and the other is negative. Opposite charges react, so when they're in that limbo-like state, they come in contact with one another. And a bond is formed, and thereby between the two realms. In a polar bond, there is an unequal sharing of electrons, which in the show is represented by the sharing of qualities from the two parallel realities. We know that in our world, this usually doesn't happen to walls, unless you're watching The Frighteners. Nor does a lot of other supernatural stuff feature. That same could go for the upside down. We don't know what it looked like before the merging of the two worlds, maybe just some dark cocoon place, but when that break occurred, Elle brought an image of our world inside of it, but because life other than the monster can't exist there, it appears as the upside down. I'm getting off topic, but that's what I believe is the connection between Elle and the monster. The big question is, if 11 was able to create this bond between our two worlds, could she break it? Even if she could, it probably wouldn't do any good because Will is back home and has part of the monster inside of him. Filming and production for Season 2 is still going on right now, and from all recent images of her within the past few weeks or to a month, Millie hasn't shaved her head again, although she's still kept it pretty short, which leads me to believe that maybe there won't be flashbacks of Elle after all. Instead, we'll get to see what she looks like a year later, which makes sense because Season 2 is supposed to take place in the fall of 1984, a whole year after the main events of Season 1. Although Brown delivered a powerful performance of the character, she only said 246 words in Part 1. Hopefully that'll be significantly more in Part 2. What do you think will happen with 11 in Season 2? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. For more Stranger Things videos, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.